And those are the starting lineups. Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday night. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. We've got Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 slot. And for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the shooting guard position. Now, here's Doncic. Goes back up. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the night here.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
Here's Trent. Feeds to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Now, here's Doncic. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. To the inside, Marjanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Marjanovic has got his second basket. And long-range shooting, a strength for both of these teams. Brent, what was the best shooting team you were ever a part of?
Well, Kevin, I had an opportunity to play in Seattle, and the teammates that I suited up for at that time was Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, Luke Ridenour. That's a lot of firepower from the three-point line. Not much defense, and that's me, but a lot of three-point firepower.
Now, here's Doncic after Enes Kanter's miss.
I'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clank it.
And stolen by Richardson. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Love the fast hands of Richardson there. Always active on the defensive end, using his length and constantly prowling for steals.
Here's Lillard. 18 feet away, and he knocks it down.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Man, you gotta respect Luka's passing skills. Just a multi-talented player who is all about sharing the basketball. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told him, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it, and it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
Now, Doncic, after the missed three from Damian Lillard.
Porzingis showing you what he can do if he gets that close. The big man up big time.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now, here's Lillard. He's coming off a 22-point game against Brooklyn. It's rebounded by Doncic. And even Nash himself called Doncic a dream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Both teams will make substitutions. And Richardson drops them both.
Now you can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Stolen by Brunson.
Check it out! Check it out!
A minute 50 left here in the opening quarter. Back to Richardson. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Three-pointer, Lillard. Rebounded by Hardaway.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm?
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add two ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
The shot's good.
And you give CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
Brunson with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. To the middle. Cauley Stein's shot is good.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
51 seconds left in the first quarter. Poke loose. McCollum against Richardson. Out to Hardaway. The pass to Cauley Stein. Brunson against Lillard. Brunson, good.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Pass to Hardaway. Now here's Brunson. Count it, good.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Yeah, the bully ball tonight has paid dividends. Highly effective down there with the physical play.
And after just one quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Mavericks lead by 14. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, earlier,
I look to the times where
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And quite a position here for the Mavericks to be in. What do you think, guys?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
McCollum the 2 and Hood the 3. Giles is out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point guard position. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
To the paint, it's tipped. Here's Giles. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. Dallas moving the ball around. Now here's Brunson. Defense right on him. Makes it off the glass. Brunson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Mavs. McCollum outside. To the inside. And Trey Burke gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. McCollum feeling it out a bit. And that one, good.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Heads up play by Rodney Hood.
And here's Brunson. 8 points for him. And it's Portland with the rebound, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
And so McCollum nails both of them. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are, but look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him.
Okay. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Now Doncic still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Here's Lillard. Offensively, he's been a one-man wrecking crew. His scoring average is over 30 points a game. Richardson attacking. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession. Jones checked in for Hood. Trailblazers trail by 8. Three-pointer, Lillard. Cantor, bounce pass. 1:36 left now here in the second. Good on the bucket.
That's the strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
Now, here's Doncic. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Three-pointer, Lillard. Knocks it loose.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
And Portland with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Inside, here's Cantor. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Cantor is a monster on the offensive glass.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. That's good from Cantor. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've led by as many as 14 points. It's to Porzingis. Jones against Doncic.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
Here's Anthony. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Trailblazers shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. That one drops. He ties it up.
And last year showed that there's still a place in the NBA for a guy like Melo. Mostly a mid-range shooter in the league that has turned away from that. But buckets are buckets, and Melo can still light it up.
From 7. And he can't bank that one in. Portland's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. That puts them in the lead. Now it's a 3-point Trailblazer lead.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Doncic outside. Shot to stop the run. No good with the layup. He gets it up. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And a close game. Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie. It was a shaky first quarter for Portland. A big part of the problem was their defense. And that'll do.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot.
And those are the kind of shots that Lillard, when he gets in these hot streaks throughout the course of the season, gets more and more consistent with.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. Porzingis kicks to Finney Smith. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And for Portland, they're shooting it really well. 54% from the floor. Lillard attacking. Cantor trying to free himself up. Count that one. Lillard's got 14 points for the game.
Smart and aggressive. Lillard repeatedly dominating the pick and roll set.
And there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his third foul of the game. Doncic against Jones. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. That's on Enes Kanter. Frankie, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in is their defensive approach.
A 3 from McCollum. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation, and he burns them with the pass.
Here's McCollum. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Doncic. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And this feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Jones for 3. Here's McCollum. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Here's Doncic. Drops in the layup for 2. Doncic has got 8 points.
Just a little bit off in the first, but he's been anything but that here in the second quarter. Really impressive to see him turn it around like that.
Here's Simons. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. On the wing, Hardaway. Doncic outside. Hardaway trying to free himself up. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut down to just 4 points with a bucket from Doncic.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. Maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Marjanovic. Trey Burks checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. Little, he's checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. Simons surveying the D. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Portland shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. And so he hits both. Third quarter action and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. Here's Brunson. It's in and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded out game.
Here's Simons. Yep, it counts. Simons has got his 2nd bucket of the night.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And he could not get that one to go. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Here's Brunson. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Lillard. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Lillard's got 16 points. Lillard against Brunson. It's good.
Yet another bucket in close. That's how he's earning his points today.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard fires away from way outside. Cauley Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 4. Brunson with it. He's got 14. Pass to Burke. Back to Brunson. And that one is good. Now just a 2-point Portland lead.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Trailblazers lead by 2. From Portland, we're backing them.
Hey, it's all about physical.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Trent in at the small forward. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
He was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Could come down to selection. Bad shots in the first half. Here in the second, using his head, finding some more efficient opportunities to score.
Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Marjanovic. Good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Doncic has got 5 assists in the game.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Lillard scanning the floor, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. The Trailblazers making a switch here. And here's McCollum for 3. The offensive rebound. Dallas shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. Porzingis finds Marjanovic. The drive by Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Kept alive. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Giles is checked in. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. McCollum kicks to Cantor. Good, nice job down low. Cantor's got the game tied up here for the Trailblazers.
This is the thing about Cantor. He has the size to muscle through contact and the good touch to boot.
Here's Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 16 points here in the second half.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That's his first foul. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. And the basket by McCollum.
Well, that's a go-to for CJ. He looks to spray it from three-point line as much as he possibly can.
And here is Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. 8 points for Porzingis.
You just can't draw that up any better. It's a pivotal moment in the game, and they go with the size mismatch for the lay-in.
Here's Simons. We've been defending for Dallas. They've gotten every shot they've taken so far in the fourth quarter to go in. That's 5 in a row to start the quarter. And Cantor pulls it down. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. And they go to the intentional foul for the Trailblazers. Hood's checked in for Jones, and Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And Dallas with a change here too. Marjanovic checked in for Maxi Kleber. And that one's good. Lillard.
Look at your watch. It's Lillard time.
The Mavericks trailer. Doncic outside. 1:58 left in the fourth. Marjanovic passes to Richardson. Here's Doncic. Count it, and the foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And not the guy that you want to put at the line in these moments. He's not missing these.
Portland's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Doncic against Lillard. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Hood can't get it to go. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. He's led by as many as 14 points. Dallas moving it around. Marjanovic finds Doncic. On the clock. And that one's good. Marjanovic. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point.
Now Doncic. There's 48 seconds left to play in the final quarter.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Here's Cantor. Yes!
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Doncic outside. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Gets the bucket and the foul. It's on Damian Lillard.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over it, and that's his personnel. Comes up with the goods on that one.
That last one was a difference maker. It pushed it from a 2-point lead to 3.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Cantor. It falls. And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Well, he's made some big shots dating back to his playing days in Europe. Cantor coming through here in the clutch.
Here's Doncic. And there's the call on Jones. That will get him his 4th foul of the game, and due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2.
Man, it took forever for them to commit that foul. I don't know why they didn't do it right away. Those are precious seconds.
And he is unable to get the second one.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game. Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood.
Oh, he got it to go.
I can't believe this. How in the world can you end the game on a shot like that?
Ends with a big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very... Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it.
We're the land of the free and the...
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Luka Doncic.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
Now we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Marjanovic. Richardson is out there with Luka Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Lakers, Marc Gasol is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Schroeder in at the 1. And so the Los Angeles Lakers get the first points of the ballgame. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope with the foul. That's his first foul. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise-caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
Well said. Now, here's Caldwell-Pope. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Just 2 to shoot. Morris. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Richardson. Marjanovic passes to Doncic. We play just over a minute here in the first. Porzingis kicks to Doncic. Morris with the block.
Oh, man, look at Morris use his reach to turn away a shot. He's excellent at cornering shooters and sending their shots back.
First trip to the line for him here.
He's knocked down 3/4 of his foul shots this season, so he's right around 75%.
Here's Caldwell-Pope. Dishes it to Schroeder. Gasol trying to free himself up. Good work defensively by Richardson. To the middle. Here's Porzingis. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And talk about persistence. Porzingis just being a bully on the offensive glass and punishing the opposition.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
So many of his points came at the line. The D was trying to play him physical, and he just said, yeah, bring it on.
Here's Doncic after the basket by the Lakers. That one good for 2.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Schroeder against Doncic. Got a piece of it. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. So both teams making some changes here. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's mobile 1 block?
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
That shot missing, and the Lakers will go the other way with it. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And the last time these two met, they were able to get a big win because of that bench production. Second unit might be a factor in this one as well.
Well, that's just something to keep an eye on. I mean, when their reserves are operating at a high level, so tough to beat.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. Trey Burks checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic. Now here's Brunson. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Fast break. The Lakers count the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Well, the scrawny strength, the skinny strength of Caldwell-Pope catches defenders by surprise. So good at getting fouled and still finding a way to bury the shot.
That free throw good from Caldwell-Pope.
And see, Webb, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope changing his approach before last season. He knew he wouldn't need to take on as much of a scoring responsibility.
Yeah, and what a team player, GA. I mean, KCP rededicated himself to defense. He tries to do more with less touches now. And that's the mindset you need to have playing with stars going for a championship. Look at Morris break down the defense on this play. If they leave one of his guys open, he's going to get it to him fast.
Pass to Burke. There's a minute 34 left to play in the first. Picked away. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Caldwell-Pope. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. To stop the run, here's Brunson. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Dallas shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
The Lakers making a switch here. Matthews is checked in. Here's Caruso. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Johnson dishes to Burke. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's Caruso. Brunson covering. Horton Tucker. The pass to Caruso. It's rebounded by Dallas.
That works just like they drew it up until the part where he short arms the layup.
Burke can't get it to go. The Lakers in the lead. Harrell with it. Out defended by Cauley-Stein. Harrell kicks to Caruso. And again, the Lakers no good. It's been a little while since they've been in the lead.
And that's why this is such an important possession for them.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson. A second chance effort. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Lakers lead by 1. Live from... A little bit earlier, we had a chance to chat with Kyle Kuzma.
You know, for me, it's super cool just to learn, sit back, watch, but also...
Kuzma Greg has certainly learned a lot, proficient at the offensive end, and adding more to his game every day.
Yeah, I mean, he's been focused on improving the defense and rebounding, and much of that is due to the players he's been surrounded by.
And buenas noches, basketball fans. It's Latin night here on 2K Sports. And you might have noticed the custom jerseys worn by the players. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Lakers here so far, guys.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Matthews out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Harrell. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward.
Really unacceptable letting Porzingis get that kind of positioning. Once he's established, it's over.
Now the pass to Harrell. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Richardson cover. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
The dogged intensity Harrell has is just insane. And he uses all this energy to his advantage, particularly on the glass.
Bucket is good. Marjanovic has got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys, there are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great play.
And Caldwell Pope just knows how to run correctly in transition. He runs wide outside those hashes. He sees lanes and angles so well out there. He found the open space from mid-range, just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Down low. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Shoots over Doncic. They grab their own miss. Gasol no good. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland. And Doncic gets it to go.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting. The Mavericks leading. And here is Doncic. Really played well against Portland in his last outing. That's a bucket. His 3rd of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Caldwell Pope passes to Schroeder. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play.
He's not using his head this quarter. He's got to get back to finding high percentage shots.
Now coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Morris inside, working on Cauley Stein. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Mavericks leading by 5. Guys, a potent offense right now.
You know what, guys, and they're playing with a certain amount of assuredness in their game. That type of confidence is what leads teams to having success.
Looking at Dallas, they took that win in their last game against the Portland Trail Blazers. Caruso, the pass to Horton Tucker. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Caldwell Pope kicks to Caruso. He feeds it to Morris. Over Cauley Stein. Morris, no good. The Mavericks have gone 7 of 9 in their field goal attempts here in the second quarter. Pretty good offense. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. And again, the Lakers no good. And here are the Mavericks now. They're on a 16-6 run. And that one's good. Burke.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Now Caldwell Pope. He's got 9. Inside, Morris. And the layup is good. Morris has got his first bucket in this one.
Oh, I love the strength of Morris. Even with suffocating defense, he wills these shots in.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2. The first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. Some good action during the period, as it was just a 1-point game at the end of 1. It was easy to see they were the superior. And
we've got third quarter of basketball for you. 2 quarters in the books. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Doncic. Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Porzingis.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And Marjanovic with the slam.
Oh, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson. Values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Schroeder against Doncic. And it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Doncic, and the bucket is good. 3-point play, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Dennis Schroeder gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Montrezl Harrell comes in for Marc Gasol. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Here's Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Matthews passes to Harrell. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Well, he's an underrated playmaker. I mean, I think Richardson's team-first approach is huge for the rest of his squad.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. And it's blocked. Now here's Harrell. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. He dishes it to Morris. 6 to shoot. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Porzingis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Only 1 for 5 to start the half. I mean, whatever adjustments they made at halftime weren't the right ones.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Horton Tucker's checked in. And it's Alex Caruso in for Dennis Schroeder. Dallas also making some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. That shot off, and the Lakers take it the other way. And here they go. Here's Harrell, and Harrell slams it in.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Alex Caruso. That's his first foul. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
The Mavericks have not yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5. And he makes the first. Alfonso McKinney's checked in for the Lakers. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Here's Harrell. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Lakers shooting their 4th and 5th shots at the foul line in the game.
And it's been an average year, really, at the free throw line for this group, only around 75%.
1:03 left to play here in the third. Now here's Brunson. He's covered closely. Rebound by Harrell. Lakers trail by 15. Caldwell Pope with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Caldwell Pope passes to McKinney. Now Harrell. Knocked away. And stolen by Burke. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Out to Hardaway. Back to Brunson. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup. Brunson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Oh, even from that range, the floater is one of the toughest shots in the game.
Here's Horton Tucker. Guarded by Hardaway. Here's Harrell. That shot, no good. Great D that time from Hardaway. 1 second left. Can't get it to fall. And so it's Dallas. Feeling good about their 17-point lead heading into the break. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Hey, we're doing a good job of keeping our bodies up.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Marc Gasol. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Horton Tucker in at the 3 spot. That's the Laker 5. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. 17-point game. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota where they'll take on the Timberwolves. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Schroeder passes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis with the ball. Now guarded by Schroeder. To the paint. Here's Johnson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hops.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Chris, we've seen in the 3-point contest, they've added a pair of deep shots worth extra points. You know, if the league decided for the All-Star game to test out a 4-point line, what would you think of that?
I'm not sure about the 4-point line yet. I think we'll always have time for that, but I don't think it's a need to rush for that. I think that until everyone can shoot like Curry or most guys can shoot like that, let's just not change it because 1 or 2 guys can. When we look at offensive efficiency and other statistics, still a lot of ways that this game can be improved with the line where it is. I love the NBA welcoming innovation, but this is something that I think we're jumping ahead of the times.
Lakers trail by 21. Schroeder up top, guarded by Doncic. And the Lakers with another miss.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falls.
Yeah, he just hit a rough patch. He's trying to climb out of it, but he hasn't been successful.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Gasol on the high post. Gasol is doubled. And he uses the glass on the layup.
His shooting has been a bright spot for them. Otherwise, they've struggled as a whole.
Doncic feeling it out. Morris with the block. Kuzma inside. And Kuzma slams it in.
Backed by an aggressive offensive mindset, Kuzma attacks the rim with force.
Mavericks leading by 19 points. And with the move league-wide for greater representation, some are calling for more diversity in front offices. Chris, some say progress isn't coming fast enough. What do you think?
I think progress hasn't happened fast enough either. Put me on that list. Let me sign that petition. Because even in the coaching ranks, fewer black head coaches this season. You know, teams need to hire the best candidate. No one's saying anything different than that. But the fact of the matter is, they're not interviewing some of the best candidates. That's all. That's some of the best candidates in the door, and they should be hired. And that 7'1" Gasol sees over the defense with ease. I mean, fantastic spot in the opening.
And the Lakers making a change here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Gasol against Porzingis. Marjanovic kicks to Doncic. Back to Marjanovic. Can't hit from in close. Lakers trail by 17. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's Finney Smith with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Passes it to Marjanovic. Gasol with the steal. Now here's Caldwell Pope. He's tightly guarded. Schroeder outside to the inside. Porzingis with the block.
And with his length, Porzingis can be very disruptive on D. Not easy to get the shot off over that huge frame.
Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Clock at 4. And that one's good, Caruso.
And so just rolling to the finish line now in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Mavericks.
Starting five must have been happy to get so much help from the reserves in this game.
And they not only lightened the load, the subs did nothing less than guarantee a win.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Luka Doncic.
They needed someone to do the heavy lifting tonight, and he was their man, scoring every way he knows how.
Pass to Marjanovic. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Caldwell Pope right side. It's rebounded by Dallas. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
That's his third. Shooting for Dallas, Luka Doncic. Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Doncic.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
Schroeder against Doncic, and he makes that one.
Boy, did he burrow his way in there, and the D just sort of backed off.
No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Off target with that shot. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. The bronze likeness of Lakers. And with...
Hey, Kevin,
there's been a transformation here in L.A. There is no doubt about that. DA, thank you. Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. We've got Josh Richardson. Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward position. And for Los Angeles, Batum is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then there's Reggie Jackson. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Kennard in at the shooting guard. Great positioning on the putback.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instincts.
Now here's Jackson. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Batum kicks to Kennard. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. And here at the midway point of the year, lots of guys banged up, Clark. Is it hard to decide when to play through and then maybe not to play, when to sit?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question, Kevin. And a lot of times it's about pain tolerance, the severity of the injury. Is it something that you can play with that won't linger on and you don't have the possibility of further injury? Those are the factors that go into playing hurt or playing in pain.
Back to Leonard. Plenty of space. Porzingis with the rebound. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Seems to have a knack for hitting guys in their spots. His vision, excellent.
To the middle. Here's Leonard, and it's Leonard with the jam.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds him. Great feel for the game.
Jackson against Doncic. Doncic throws it down.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish.
Guys, they're not backing off at all, are they?
Now, here's Batum. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Zubac finds Batum. Shot clock at 6. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
An excellent mid-range shooter. Batum feels very comfortable whenever he's rising up from there.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic feeling it out. Out to Porzingis. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic against Batum. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Now here's Leonard. He's coming off a 25-point game against Atlanta.
And there really was a physical aspect of his performance that was off the charts. He was taking it right at him, and he just kept getting those calls and getting to the line.
And so it's Dallas with him after the basket by Los Angeles. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And I remember when Doncic was first asked, who is your favorite player? And boy, he did not hesitate. LeBron James.
Hey, Greg, for guys of his generation, that would be the answer for 80 to 90% of them, and with good reason. How about these quotes from Doncic? He said, if I dunk on LeBron, I can retire. But I like this one a little better. He said, LeBron can play in a lot of different positions. I can too. But for me to be like LeBron, I have to work much harder. That's a guy who knows his stuff.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Morris, no good.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
And it's good, 2 points. Howell's got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Mann. Turned in an outstanding game against Atlanta. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Burke in for Luka Doncic.
Not much you can do against Paul George on the drive. I mean, he's got great length and he knows how to use it. And he gets exactly where he wants to.
Brunson, first shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
The shot by George, wide open. Drills the three-pointer. George has got 7 points in the game.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Here's Brunson trying to get open as Johnson. Brunson, good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now, here is George. He has 7. And the pass to Mann outside Williams. The Clippers need to get off a shot. George, that's a 2-pointer. The Mavericks pull it in. Last time they met was in Dallas.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
Give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And so it's Dallas, ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of... And catching up with Luke Kennard before the game, he discussed...
You know, this game, it's...
Greg, you know this. It takes time mentally for the game to slow down.
It's a great point. This is why most championship teams are laden with seasoned veterans. You can't rush experience. It happens at its own pace.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for Dallas.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Williams is out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then there's Patrick Patterson. And it's Mann in at the 3 spot.
Sliding his way inside. Williams taking advantage of that late reaction by the defense.
Here's Brunson. And he lays it straight in. Brunson's got 10.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
The 3 from George. No good that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
Well, no easy answer for how you defend Richardson on the drive.
Passes it to Williams. Patterson inside. Working on Cauley Stein. George dishes to Patterson. Lays it up off the glass. Patterson's got his first points of the game.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Williams against Brunson. Pass to Cauley Stein. Over to the wing. 14 feet away. Hardaway up top. 11-point game his last outing. Dallas needs to get off a shot. And now Williams running the floor all by himself. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. Greg, we know the names of the superstars, but there are players that are just under that category who probably should get a little more recognition.
Hey, Kevin, that's a great point, and I'm going to toot my alma mater's horn a little bit. Christian Wood's a guy that kind of reminds me of that. He's kind of on the come up. How about Devontae Graham, the second rounder back in 2018, but he's showing to be an established young talent in this league, and there are many more guys like that, and they're going to have their opportunity to become household names.
And that one's good. Doncic.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
And I say, hey, if it keeps working, go to it. Stay with it. I mean, until the defense responds and provides more resistance, keep making them pay.
So a moment now to see the story for Paul George.
And he's struggling with his shot these days, and the analytics bear that out. With the true shooting percentage heading down in these past 10 games. But, guys, it wouldn't surprise me if that was a trend that he could reverse here tonight. Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
Dallas leading by 6. And Porzingis, here we go. And that one, good. 6 points for Porzingis.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
If you can't stop it, here it comes. I'm right at you.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And now here's the upcoming schedule for the Dallas Mavericks. On Wednesday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And then on Friday, they'll head back home to host the Indiana Pacers.
And, you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Doncic with the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Kennard finds Patterson. Back to Kennard. And the wide open shot from Morris. Mavericks with the rebound. Fresh from a win against Portland.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
Here's Leonard, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And at about 230 pounds, Leonard is a well-built specimen, can absorb defenders like it's nothing.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Patrick Patterson. And it's Batum in for Marcus Morris. Brunson the pass to Cauley Stein. And Cauley Stein throws it down.
Cauley Stein, a tremendous athlete and a dynamic finisher.
Kennard with the ball. 20-point game for him in the win against Atlanta.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Brunson the pass to Burke on the wing. Johnson down low. Here's Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. Good work there as it goes. Brunson's got 6 in the quarter.
Really like that work there in the paint. He has really established a low post presence.
Oh, and the buzzer beater's good. And so it's the Dallas Mavericks heading to the bench with a 7-point lead.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, it was all about Dallas as the game got going. They launched into a 6-0 run with an impressive effort. That's all for now. Say goodbye.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. One guy who's been getting it done is Jalen Brunson.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. We've got Doncic. Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Richardson, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Back to Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And Batum kicks to Zubac. Back to Jackson. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut to just 5 on the basket from Zubac.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Here's Doncic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. We know how important the draft is, Greg. It can shape an organization. Talk about some of the best draft day deals of the last couple decades. There have been a lot of them.
Oh, there have been a few. I mean, just coming to mind here recently. How about when Kawhi was traded to the Spurs? That was a huge get. Go back
George
to, how
Hill.
about Kobe going to the Lakers? McHale and Parrish coming to the Celtics. I mean, we've seen that happen quite a bit. And I tell you what, boy, it can really transform a franchise's future.
And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Offensive rebound. Marjanovic kicks to Finney-Smith. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Tell you what, guys, I don't think you ever have to question Doncic's effort level. He attacks the glass and the game all the same.
And Leonard puts it up from deep 3. Great look, but off the mark. Mavericks leading by 7. Doncic with it. Williams picks him up. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Dwight Powell's checked in for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. The Mavericks have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
You know, early on, Doncic has proven to be a leader. I mean, this guy is somebody that can shoulder the offense and take and make big shots for his team.
Outside Williams. pass to Zubac. Now Batum. Here's Mann, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Mann's got his first 2 points of the night.
Boy, the playmaking of Nicholas Batum vastly improved over the course of his career.
Doncic outside. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Here's Mann. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Zubac. Misses in close. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Now Richardson. It's good. And now it's a 12-point Dallas lead.
You really have to account for Richardson around the basket. I mean, he does a good job using his length to create and finish his shots.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Williams kicks to Morris. From deep. The rebound by Johnson.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And there's Burke. That's good on the assist from Hardaway. Burke's got his first 2 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
The play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
And don't sleep on Williams's ability to create for others. That's a veteran play.
Now here's Brunson. 12 points for him. Williams comes with a double team. Williams with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Man, love the anticipation of Williams there. The quick hands jump-started the fast break with that pilfer.
And the Clippers making a change here. George is checked in. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
When they've had a chance to attack the basket at any point in this game, they've taken advantage.
They've also been pounding it inside tonight and coming away with a lot of points in the paint. I call those PIPs.
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
And George, here we go.
And, you know, once George gets on the roll, he's just absolutely relentless, showing you how dominant he can be when he gets hot.
Brunson against George. And there's the pass to Johnson. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the Mavericks lead by 12. Here's Williams. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. The open shot, George. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
With 4 seconds on the clock. And it's sent back by George.
Terrific focus from George there. Reading the shooter the entire way through. A great shot block.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges. Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for Dallas. He finished it. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Terrific versatility coming from a big man. Not something that the majority of big guys possess.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Ivica Zubac. Patrick Patterson is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Jackson, and it's Kennard in at the 2-guard spot. That's who's out there for the Clippers. And looking back at what was a stellar career, Greg, if there was one thing you could have done different, do you have anything on your mind?
You know, I would have loved to have had the opportunity to finish my career in New York. That was a special place, a special time. Unfortunately, that didn't transpire, but that's the one thing that stands out. That and obviously not winning a championship.
I can understand both of those.
Yes.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. It's hauled in by Porzingis. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in this game. Good for the 5th time in 5 shots. He remains perfect.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Jackson passes to Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And I tell you what, more brain-neutral plays like that one, and they'll have a hole deeper than the one they're already in.
Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Patterson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Luka Doncic. He's checked in for Jalen Brunson.
And he moves so well. When Leonard drives the lane, it's pretty much a guaranteed bucket. Terrific body control, and he plays with the ultimate force.
Doncic against Jackson. Doncic outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Passes it to Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Inside. Zubac, that's good.
And really just unselfish basketball on the interior. That's the kind of pass a coach loves to see.
And here is Doncic. Pass to Marjanovic. Shoots over Batum. No good on that one. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. By himself. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Boy, the quick feet and long strides of Batum, especially lethal in the open court.
Doncic kicks to Marjanovic. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the 4th. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And the first one drops. Morris is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Reggie Jackson. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And the league taking steps to discourage teams, Greg, from tossing away seasons in search of high draft picks. Has enough been done, you think, in that regard?
We'll see. I tell you, the idea of a play-in
tournament. That's a tough one, isn't it?
For the last few playoff spots. I think that's a good idea, actually. It might keep more teams in the hunt down the stretch. And I think the onus also, if the fans put enough pressure on their teams to try to develop what they have and not always put it on the future, I think that's going to help. But I think you're going to always have a little bit of that moving forward.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers trail by 17 to the inside. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
Doncic against Williams. Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. Over Morris. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Mavericks.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
Doncic passes to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, You get roadkill, that's always a challenge in the NBA, no matter what, and they got it done.
And it goes out of bounds. That went off Porzingis. Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. And here is Los Angeles now. 15-point game. Here's Marjanovic. But they get it back. Porzingis kicks to Marjanovic. Oturu with the rebound.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Well, you can't be forcing a shot like that. You got to keep the ball moving. Get something better.
Doncic with it. The pass to Marjanovic. And it's off target. Not sure why he took that one. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. A stunning view of the moon. A moment here now to see the numbers for C.J. McCollum.
And guys, for a measure of how he's performing offensively, look no further than the true shooting percentage. There's been a steady drop in his last 5 games, and he's got to be scrambling now to get that feel back.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. Jones is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Robert Covington. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Trent in at the 2. And for the Mavericks, Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. Then there's Marjanovic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. On the league, Doris, we're seeing plenty of small ball, but some teams are going big. If you were a coach at this point, which way do you think you'd lean?
Well, Kevin, I think the best coaches maximize the talent at their disposal. And sometimes a coach philosophically may believe in, I emphasize the three-point line. I want to eliminate all mid-range shooting. I want to get to the restricted area and the free throw line. I mean, to me, I love playing a high-tempo, wide-open floor game. Let's let the players show off all their skill.
Now, here's Doncic. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. The putback, Porzingis on the follow.
Well, there's reach, there's size, there's wingspan, and there's a knack for understanding where it's coming off. This is a very difficult thing to keep Porzingis off the window.
Here's Lillard. Oh, what a dunk!
Look out below!
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrapper.
Just a remarkable gem. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
Well, that's a strong finish right there. KP not afraid to attack the paint, scored through contact. Woo-hoo.
Swiped away. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Count it.
80% from the field to start, playing with a ton of confidence.
And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. 4-point game. Coming off that loss against the Nets.
Scoring efficiency was an issue in that one. Took them too many shots to get their points.
I think it was a lot of bad decisions leading to a lot of poor looks. Patience was not their best quality in that basketball game.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Here's Lillard, and Damian Lillard with the jam.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
And it's Doncic missing.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy. Just struggling to make shots right now.
And they're moving it up. And that one's good. Marjanovic has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, that's not the guy you want guarding him at the rim. Just too much of a differential in terms of size.
Lillard outside. 1:27 left to play here in the first. 6 on the shot clock. Great D on that shot, and it's off the mark. Last game for the Mavericks, they picked up the W against Portland.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
It came down to execution. No wasted possessions, and that is absolutely essential trying to win on the road.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. The three from McCollum and taken away by Johnson. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Cross contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, they are really starting to push it now.
Another different look now for Portland. Harry Giles comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Little in for Kansas. Trailblazers trail by 7. Simons, the pass to McCollum. They double-team McCollum. Giles, and the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Here's Brunson, and they immediately answer back with the dunk at the other end.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
No coverage that side.
I don't think the range surprises anyone anymore. CJ can shoot the lights out from any position.
Here's Brunson. It's deflected. Now Little. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. The three from Anthony. The rebound by Johnson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
I'll tell you, Tim Hardaway Jr. has shown signs of being a lights-out scorer. And he's got the game to do just that. He looks better and better every year, guys.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks with their... Before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He had this to say when...
I know that when the main guy...
He's willing to bear the brunt, and he's also looking out for others.
Great leadership. His teammates seem to rally around that, and it's why every team he's on is a difficult out.
And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina. Specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
Powell is out there with Willie Cauley-Stein. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Maxi Kleber. And it's Hardaway in at the two-guard spot. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. Cauley-Stein finds Brunson. Banked in off the glass.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening. And Doris, as if it were destiny, Kleber grew up in the same hometown as Mavs legend Dirk Nowitzki.
And this is a fun and extraordinary story to tell, because in 2017, Kleber texted with Nowitzki before signing with Dallas. But though they come from the same town, they didn't know each other until they became teammates. That's extraordinary.
Powell kicks to Brunson. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. Trailing here by 8. Here's McCollum. Sinks that one from the post. McCollum's got 4 points now in the quarter.
If there's a weakness in your defense, McCollum will find it. Reads the floor exceptionally well.
Brunson, no good. Trailblazers trail by 6. Here's Hood. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Hood's got his first points of the night.
That's about reading the floor. Hits his man right where he wanted it.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 6. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Doncic is checked in for Dallas. Jones the pass to Covington. Porzingis with the rebound.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
And the dunk by Doncic.
This incredible confidence that Luka Doncic possesses, my goodness.
Nobody near Lillard. Buries it from three-point range. Lillard's got 9 points.
Yeah, clearly a defensive lapse there. He is automatic from deep if you're going to leave him that wide open. Big-time mistake. That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
And Portland making a change here. Giles is checked in. And again, Dallas turns it over. The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 8 from the floor here in the second quarter. Over 60% shooting. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. Giles the pass to Trent. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
And Doncic gets it to go.
I'll tell you, he's playing with much more discipline here in the second quarter. He is waiting for good opportunities and capitalizing.
Three-pointer, Lillard. The shot will not fall. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be just one game played away from home for them.
Well, this guy has been efficient and effective all night. That IQ has been on display.
Lillard against Doncic. Giles. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Doncic against Lillard. And the dunk by Doncic.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Well, you love it. Fearless, aggressive, leaving no doubt whatsoever.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
Good on the second free throw.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Here's Brunson. He has 7. That's tipped. They get it back. It's been all about Luka. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show
It is a good game. It was all about Dallas as the game got going. Their lead at one point was up to 7. Thanks for joining us.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. At the 2 and the 3, McCollum and Little. Ennis Cantor is out there with Anthony, and it's Simons in at the point.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
The 3 from McCollum. The Mavericks pull it in.
That is fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. Didn't give him an inch of room.
Well, Melo just reading the play the right way, put in the extra effort to come up with such a nice block.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Here's Richardson, and the shot goes in. Richardson's got his first basket.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
McCollum against Richardson. Passes to Cannon. The rebound by Marjanovic.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And then for the Trailblazers, Robert Covington comes in for Anthony. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Doncic against Lillard. Arm's length from the hoop, he knocks it down. Lillard's got 12 in the game.
And once they roll the ball out there, Lillard turned on the switch. He is doing it all tonight.
Doncic passes to Powell. Lillard with the rebound. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. It's a 5-point game.
And born and raised in Toronto, Powell is part of a growing legion of NBA players who hail from up north.
We the North. How about upon arriving in Dallas, he became the 5th Canadian to suit up just for the Dallas Mavs organization alone. So college and NBA scouts spending more time there now. What a beautiful country with plenty of basketball talent.
And Lillard is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Doncic. Harry Giles is checked in for Portland. Powell finds Brunson. Back to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
That's about great concentration. Dwight Powell, under duress of the defense, finishes nonetheless.
Shoots it. McCollum, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's good.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Lillard looking around. Misses the 3.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Trailblazers trail by 9. Lillard with it. 12 points for him. And that one drops for him. Lillard's got 14.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his 3rd foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Trey Burke subbed in for Richardson. Here's Burke. The shot misses. Good D by McCollum. Portland's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
Lillard against Brunson. And Johnson now top of the key. And the pass to Cauley Stein. A shot, no good. Now the Trailblazers take it the other way. Lillard attacking. Dallas leading by 5. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Burke dishes to Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Damian Lillard. The Mavericks have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
He hits both from the stripe. Trailblazers trail by 7. Simons surveying the D. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first free throw of the game.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid. And not what we're accustomed to seeing from him at all from the free throw line.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
And so it's that. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks, as always, for joining us. You've got Luka Doncic. Willie Cauley-Stein is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Back to Doncic. Clock at 6. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Here's Hood. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Hood's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Trailblazers. And here is Doncic. Pass to Cauley-Stein. And Cauley-Stein throws it down.
What a pass by Luka Doncic. He's got tremendous size, and obviously they want the ball in his hands.
Hardaway with it. Now guarded by Hood. And stolen by Hood. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or 2.
And Doncic, here we go. Got it. Number 7 on the night. 7 for 11 from the floor.
Boy, what body control from the Slovenian forward. Doncic comfortable taking on all challengers.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Here's Simons, guarded by Doncic, and there it is for him.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis, 13 feet away. And it's off the back rim, no good. And stolen by Cauley-Stein. It's 2-on-1. Here's Anthony, finished off the break. And now it's only a 5-point Dallas lead.
Well, 6 of their last 10 points coming off the fast break.
Doncic feeling it out. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Here's Trent. Anthony trying to get open. Trent gets the bucket.
You love to see Rodney Hood dishing the rock. He's got outstanding size at the shooting guard spot to see over defenders.
Doncic outside. Good for his 8th field goal. He's attempted a dozen shots.
He has been taking and making big shots for a long time. Luka Doncic with the delivery.
Here's Cauley Stein, and Cauley Stein throws it down.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Doncic against Lillard. Doncic passes to Marjanovic.
What an excellent post-entry pass. Good things happen when you make that next look.
Lillard outside. From outside the arc. That's in. He's 7 for 12 now in the game.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Doncic outside. We've got 1:08 left in the 4th. Down it drops through the net for his 9th bucket. He is 9 for 13 so far.
Luka Doncic has superstar written all over him. He's cooking.
Doncic against Lillard. It doesn't go for him. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Now Marjanovic. Pass to Richardson. 34 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Shot clock at 6. No good on the 3.
That's not his spot, but given the lack of defense, you'd like to see him knock that one down.
It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
This is what he's known for. When it's an important possession, Lillard knows how to come through.
He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
No mistakes there. Good free throws to give them just a little bit more cushion.
From deep three-point range, he can't get that one. And so it's Dallas winning this one. They didn't make it. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. A look at the Lakers as they got off the team bus after arriving at... How about we check the numbers for Kristaps Porzingis?
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Marc Gasol. Kyle Kuzma is out there with Markieff Morris. Then it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Schroeder in at the 1. And for the Mavericks, Marjanovic is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Doncic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. And here is Doncic. Playing Portland, he was nearly unstoppable. And a missed layup. Another shot. They shoot again. Unable to get that one. Good work defensively by Gasol. And here's Gasol. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Caldwell-Pope kicks to Morris. Marjanovic against Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
When you're 7-1, that rim's not far out of reach.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Doncic against Schroeder. Stolen by Caldwell-Pope. Here's Kuzma. Finished off the break. Greg, we're still involved in the conference system. Does it hold relevance as we're looking here at the standings mid-season?
You know, for travel distance, yes, and there's also some tradition at stake. I mean, look, that said, in a perfect world, you'd like to see the best 16 teams make the playoffs each year, but we've had, you know, imbalance in conferences forever, so that's not going to change, but sometimes change is just necessary.
How about quickly for the playoffs? Would you like to reseed and take the top 6 teams, 1 through 16?
I would. I think that'd be a great idea.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Doncic feeling it out. Porzingis trying to get free, and Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Schroeder. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
Even though he got fouled a lot, he never lost any of his aggressiveness. He kept making free throws, and in the process, really frustrated the D.
Hardaway's checked in for the Mavericks. The Lakers also with a sub. Harrell, he's checked in for Marc Gasol.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Richardson outside. Here's Doncic. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You just never know what Doncic is going to do. I mean, which is one of the reasons he gets the defense to foul him.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Richardson. And then for the Lakers, Horton Tucker's checked in. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Here's Caruso. He's coming off a 10-point game against New Orleans. Morris finds Harrell to the paint. Matthews, no good. The Mavericks trailing. And there's the foul. They're going Alex Caruso. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Powell. Johnson comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Here's Brunson. That one falls coming off Burke's feet. It's a tie ball game. And Caruso's got the ball here for the Los Angeles Lakers. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd, and that's obviously easier said than done.
Yes, the other team is feeding off that enthusiasm. You have to try and match that energy.
Here's Cauley-Stein after the basket by the Lakers. Shot clock at 5. Brunson. That one good for 2.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
1:15 left in the first quarter of the game. Back to Harrell. And Harrell slams it in.
Getting hit on the way up, the ability to finish in traffic might be Harrell's Strongest attribute offensively.
Now here's Brunson. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. And the rejection by Harrell. And it's the Lakers on the break. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Horton Tucker, the pass to Caruso. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And the Mavericks with some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Johnson. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Burke. And that was a great replay we just saw of our Mobile One block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
One-on-one fast break. Here's Matthews. And they pick up 2.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Mavericks trail by 4. Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Here's Caruso. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. He feeds it to Gasol. The pass to Harrell. The layup off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. Lakers lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from the American Airlines Center. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, they've got Kyle Kuzma. Also, Marc Gasol is out there. And it's Caruso in at the point. Ball going up court. So it's Richardson with the jam.
You see the mentality of Josh Richardson. Be aggressive and leave no doubt.
They get a hand on it. Schroeder kicks to Kuzma. Here's Gasol, and the basket is good. Gasol's got the lead up to 4 now for the Lakers.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. The Mavericks have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
And what's so impressive about Doncic, the maturity. Yes, he's polished, but he's got a completeness to his game at such a young age.
And that one's good. Schroeder. Schroeder's got his first 2 points of the night.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Schroeder finds Gasol. Horton Tucker, the pass to Schroeder. 6 on the shot clock. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And yes, it's good. Now it's a 6-point Laker lead.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
On the wing, Doncic. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope.
Beasting on defense. First he closes out hard on the shooter, then he attacks the glass. Filthy.
Count that bucket. And the Lakers lead by 8.
I love that. You see the poise of Gasol running the offense to perfection.
Here's Doncic. Here's Porzingis. Second shot opportunity. Rejected by Gasol. Passes it to Schroeder. Down low, here's Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And that's now 6 points for Marc Gasol.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
Gasol with it. Now guarded by Porzingis. Pass to Caldwell Pope. And it's Gasol penetrating. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here's Doncic. It's deflected.
Though he won't block a lot of shots, Kyle with terrific defense that time. Read that one all the way.
Out of bounds, it'll be Mavericks ball. And a look now at a few years worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for Luka Doncic.
And the improvement he's shown as a passer is really noticeable. He's developed a much better understanding of how to spread the basketball around and how to keep the offense clicking. And he's a much better player because of it. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Schroeder against Porzingis. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That is his first foul of the game. And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Scored the basket. His fourth. He's only missed one of his 5 shots tonight.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Now here's Brunson. D right on him. He gets that one. 40 seconds left in the second quarter. Matthews with it. Last time out he had 14 points. Here's Caruso. Kicks it to Harrell. With some arc. No good at the rim.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
To the middle. Here's Hardaway. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. Caruso, the pass to Harrell. Here's Caruso. And it's in. Oh, wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness.
And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that should...
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
His play so far is what fans love about him. He has gone right at the defense time and time again.
And not standing around, not settling for perimeter shots. He's looking to attack.
Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Marjanovic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 slot. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Schroeder against Doncic. And that one's good. Schroeder's got 8 points.
We talk about Schroeder's toughness. Just shrugs off the hit and keeps on going.
Doncic against Schroeder. Porzingis on the foul. Porzingis has got his first basket of the night.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Schroeder. The Mavericks pull it in. Oh, and here comes Porzingis all alone. And the dunk by Porzingis.
And just wanting it more there. You got to like seeing Porzingis beat everyone to the spot in the open floor.
Schroeder dishes to Caldwell Pope. Trying to find Schroeder. Gets it to him. And finished off by Gasol.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
It's a backbreaker for your defense, giving up easy buckets like that.
That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Porzingis. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. Hardaway is subbed in for Dorian Finney-Smith. How about that mobile one block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And they're determined to add to the lead, not with more offense, but with big-time D.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
But not every point guard can give you that, the ability to finish with that level of authority.
Schroeder passes to Morris. He kicks it to Harrell. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Greg, if you're a small market team, how do you convince stars that you've drafted and developed to stay and re-sign?
It's a great question, Kevin. I actually think in a lot of ways it's easier today because you can be box office. You can be a superstar in a small market and have the name recognition because of the era we play in. And so I think the biggest way to keep them there is to build a championship caliber team around them. I think that is your saving grace. If you can prove to them that you can build a championship caliber team, I don't really think that there is a reason to want to leave.
That's a solid blueprint. Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein.
A very high motor, a 7'3" wingspan. Harrell is a versatile defender who does a great job of challenging shots.
Hardaway with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Burke's got it. Bucket is good.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Matthews passes to Kaycock. Here's McKinney. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. To the inside. And Harrell slams it in.
A big man with great lift. Montrezl Harrell loves playing above the rim.
Stripped it away. And it's the Lakers on the break. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick two at the other end.
Runs in the pass to Burke. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
The Mavericks have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. And the Mavericks making a change here. Powell's checked in. Burke hits them both.
I'll tell you, he doesn't give points away. Excellent job from the line.
Now here's Matthews. He dishes it to Harrell. Ball's knocked loose. Matthews passes to Harrell. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And now let's see who the NBA's hottest shooters have been in the second half of the season. The 4th spot held by Montrezl Harrell.
His touch around the bucket has been outstanding. I mean, he has missed very few of the good looks he's got.
It's hauled in by Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Moving it up. Horton Tucker, the pass to Matthews. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. That one goes. Count it. That's 12 points for Montrezl Harrell.
Dominating in the scoring column. Something Harrell can do for you now.
Brunson, and he finishes nicely on the layup. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Outside Matthews. Pass to Caruso. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as he'd like.
Both shots good from the stripe. 15 seconds left in the third. Now Brunson. He's got 8. Ball stolen. And so it's the Los Angeles Lakers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
These guys are going to struggle guard movement, but...
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the 4th quarter. Taking a look at the Lakers. Caldwell Pope out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Markieff Morris. Then there's Kyle Kuzma. And it's Horton Tucker in at the small forward.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Mavericks trail by 8. Doncic outside. And Doncic throws it down.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Schroeder passes to Caldwell Pope. Back to Schroeder. Vicious to Caldwell Pope. 5 to shoot. The pass to Schroeder. Porzingis with the rebound. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. 6-point game. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. Marcus Gasol checked in for the Lakers.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Doncic against Schroeder. And it's sent back by Morris. And they get it back. Count it, and the Laker lead has been cut down now to just 4 points with the basket from Marjanovic. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. And here's Schroeder. The dish to Gasol. Caldwell Pope outside. Passes it to Schroeder. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now, 6 for 8 on the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Doncic outside. And that one is good. Doncic has got 22 points.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Schroeder looking over the floor. Doesn't go that time. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. Fast break, the Lakers. Kuzma with the ball. Gasol passes to Morris. Out to Kuzma. Schroeder outside. Good for another basket. He's put up 10 shots and made 7 of them.
He is so good going to the basket. Schroeder knows how to keep his man off balance.
The drive by Doncic. Count that one. Doncic has got 10 points in just the second half.
How about the poise from Doncic right there? He ups the ante when it's a critical possession here in the game.
And that one's good. Schroeder. And the Lakers lead by 6.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
Doncic, no good. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Lakers leading by 6. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Schroeder dishes to Gasol. Back to Schroeder. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Schroeder's got 10 points in the quarter.
And with Schroeder's ability to shoot and drive, he commands the attention of the entire defense.
And Doncic, here we go. The shot comes out. Great D that time from Dennis Schroeder. And an intentional foul right there. First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 9.
And you know, Dennis Schroeder, from the moment he came into the league, showed tremendous confidence. He's never been the type to back down.
Doncic outside. Pass to Marjanovic. Dallas again missing. Lakers have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for Los Angeles.
Nope, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so it'll boost this year's win total for them to 29.
And continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Dennis Schroeder.
He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And it's Doncic missing. Schroeder with the ball. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. A stunning view of the moon over our broadcast location tonight in Dallas, Texas. Good. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Lou Williams.
Here he goes. And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Kennard is out there with Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the four-man position. And for the Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's Luka Doncic. Then it's Josh Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the three spot. Doncic feeling it out. Well, as we enter the back half of the season, some players are worn down, but Greg, are there certain players who really dial in at this point, who find traction with their game?
No doubt about it, Kevin, especially for the veterans who understand it's a marathon and not a sprint. You know, you really are trying to build up towards this portion and take your game and your mindset to another level. So this is the time for those guys when they just start to hit their stride.
And Nicholas Batum, the bucket on the assist by Leonard.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now, here's Doncic. He had 37 points in the win against Portland.
Let us not forget about the work on the glass. His effort level was a 10 that night out of 10.
Kennard, the pass to Batum. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Kicks it out to Leonard. On the wing, Batum. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now, here's Doncic. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Here's Kennard after Luka Doncic's bucket. Kicks it out to Leonard. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Back to Leonard. Outside Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. There's the pass to Kennard. And the 3 off target.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Inside, Finney Smith.
I like seeing Josh Richardson distribute the ball, especially when his teammates are wide open. That makes for an easy pass.
Leonard on the wing. Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Pass to Zubac. Leonard inside. That shot no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Fresh from a win against Portland.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
Leonard finds Zubac. And it's Leonard missing.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that who can play at such a high level offensively.
And the shot goes down. 1:22 left in the first quarter.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Dallas going with a whole new group out there. And then for Los Angeles, Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Williams in for Reggie Jackson. Now Brunson. Kawhi Leonard missing from long range. Paulie Stein. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Williams against Brunson. And Patterson kicks to Leonard. Kennard on the wing. Pass to Leonard. Feeds it to Patterson. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
And with that basket, he's able to end a 10-0 run by the Mavs.
Brunson the pass to Hardaway. And that one is hammered home.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
And Leonard has it in the corner. Dishes it to Patterson. Leonard looking over the floor. Shoots over Burke. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Patterson.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Good if it goes. And that does it for the first quarter. The Mavericks on top. They finish Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Yeah, that worked wonders for them in the quarter. We'll see what kind of adjustments get made.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. We've got Williams. Morris is out there with Patrick Patterson. Then it's Paul George, and it's Mann in at the 3, the small forward.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son 6 in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we can start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
Now here's Patterson. Tipped away. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Down low. Shooting foul. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Johnson comes in for Marjanovic. Burke, he's checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Brunson, good.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And the Clippers have possession following the score by Dallas. George passes to Mann. And George kicks to Williams. Clippers moving the ball around. Passes it to Morris. In the corner, George with it. Hits the three-point bomb. George has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Dallas leading by 9. Stolen by George. And here we go with Morris. Running it up the court. Here's Mann. And he banks in the layup.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now here's Brunson. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
It's rebounded by Brunson. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for Dallas. They've held a 12-point lead early. Yes, that goes in.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
Here's George. After the basket by Willie Cauley-Stein. George dishes to Patterson. Right side, George. And Patterson kicks to George. Shot clock at 5. Back to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Williams against Brunson. Lays it up off the glass. Brunson's got 4 points this quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Kennard, the pass to Batum. outside for Jackson. Now the pass to Kennard. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And Doncic, here we go.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Leonard on the wing. Back to Jackson. Pass to Batum. And here is Zubac. Outside Leonard. Pass to Zubac. Back to Leonard. Over Hardaway. That one rolling around and rims out. Mavericks leading by 11. 17 seconds left here in the second. Here's Doncic. Yes, and it's Hardaway picking up the assist. Doncic has got 14 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Back to Kennard.
Well, Porzingis with that huge wingspan.
It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the first quarter for the Mavericks was fairly even. They never put themselves in too much danger. And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
They've got Marjanovic. Luka Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
Kennard with the ball. Now guarded by Porzingis. The shot's good from Kennard.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Here's Doncic. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Now the Clippers moving it up. And that'll be 2 free throws. And now, yep, this will be a Carter's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Doncic. 16 points for him. He dishes it to Richardson. Pass to Porzingis. And the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got the lead up to 13 now for Dallas.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
On the wing, Jackson. The pass to Zubac. Lays it up and banks it in. Zubac has got 8 points.
That's the efficiency you want to see from Jackson, using his poise and vision to make a play.
Doncic against Jackson. The drive by Doncic. Porzingis trying to get free.
And that kind of sums up how this game is going.
Attack-minded all the way.
Yeah, great read, calls his own number, and then sends it home.
Outside Jackson. Lets the three fly. The shot, no good. And it's Dallas the other way. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Always nice to see Porzingis take some strides and get to that kind of glide.
Clippers trail by 15. Now here's Batum. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game.
Wow, that is a strong move there to go in for the dunk.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. The first one falls. Ray, compare the times when you played as an NBA player with a lot more contact and what was like go on the floor to what we're seeing now when there seem to be a lot of whistles, a lot of stoppage of play.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, you got to allow players to defend. And if they're in a legal guarding position, let them do their job. You know, eliminate the cheap ones. Part of the issue, though, partner, is now so much of the game is played on an island, right? You don't have the crowds that you typically would see guys in back in our era. There's more space. The court, in that sense, is bigger. You're out there kind of on your own, man. And these guys are crafty at drawing fouls.
It's never been harder for a defender.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Williams kicks to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. In the corner, George with it. 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Zubac.
Textbook bounce pass there, perfectly timed.
Mavericks leading by 13. And here's Brunson. He has 6. Basket good. Brunson's got 8 points.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Hey, yo, right here.
Williams looking around to the inside. Here's Zubac, and the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense.
That's the guy they're going to keep going to, as they should. The lead's only going up if they keep feeding him.
Zubac the pass to George. Back to Zubac. And stolen by Cauley Stein. 4-on-3 break. Here's Brunson. Williams with the block. Morris outside. Missed. And so it's Dallas. Out in front by 17 points at the end of... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George, also Lou Williams out there, and it's Oturu in at the 5 spot.
Well, when you're given the ball as much as Lou Williams has gotten it through the years, he's experienced enough to make those kind of plays.
Now, Doncic. Powell trying to free himself up. And Doncic throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
And now the fast break. Doncic with the ball. Makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 22.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
To the middle. From deep, George. Hardaway with the steal. Powell finds Doncic. The putback, and with the rebound. And Morris has got the ball here for the Clippers, trailing by 19. And it's George missing. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And Doncic gets it to go.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
George passes to Oturu. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Hardaway dishes to Doncic. No good on that one. Good work defensively by Morris. Clippers trail by 19. On up the court.
That is not possible. What we just... is that possible?
I think it is, Greg. Not probable, but like possible, like you said. To the paint. Doncic outside. The shot by Powell, no good. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. George with the bucket.
Now, what a great option he gives them on every possession.
George against Hardaway. Here's Brunson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over him.
That one falls for Brunson. A different look for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Dwight Powell. Marjanovic comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Richardson in for Hardaway. Clippers trail by 17. Jackson passes to Zubac. Outside for Jackson from the baseline. Again, Los Angeles.
I'll tell you, one thing Jackson has never lacked: confidence. I mean, when he gets a look, Reggie always believes his next shot will be his best one.
Up top, Doncic lets it go from 11. Here's Marjanovic. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. Outside, George. Zubac kicks to George. Off target with his 3. Dallas leading by 15.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Mavericks.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And on the season, this is going to be their 3rd win in 4 games against this team.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Just knows how to fill it up, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Nobody that they assigned to him could really get a handle on him.
Leonard finds George. Now here's Batum, guarded by Marjanovic. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, you hear that sound? That's the flushing of the toilet right there.
Greg, a fierce two-hander. Doncic against Leonard. Dallas moving the ball around.
Well, the closer Porzingis gets to the basket, the more aggressive he becomes, and for good reason. He's going to get fouled.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Pass to Jackson. "17 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Can't connect from 13 feet out. Here's Doncic. Pulls up. Off on that one. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. It was a tale of 2 teams. David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for David Aldridge...